mean, there's those areas there. They got tons. Yeah, and everything, you make like make it some door latch, parts that go in the door latch for door. Right. I mean, you can buy that stuff at Home Depot or something.
Okay, family. Can y'all hear me back there? Okay, we got clear from dispatch and we're finally moving out. And before we do, I'd like to say mahalo, meaning thank you for being so patient with me, got all of you on board. And if you look at it at a different perspective, aren't you glad you're not driving today?
Yeah. Damn right.
Well, let me kind of break it down for you. It means this. The word aloha, meaning greetings or hello. Ike, ihe, kaka, hiaka means good morning. How's that? Much better? Yeah, someone asked me to repeat that and I did, and he said kaka to me too. I said, okay, it's gonna be a long day. Okay, well anyway, family, out of all the things I'd like to share with you today, there's a couple of things I'd like you all to keep in mind right now. And the first thing is your bus number, and your bus number is 212. 212, and you'll find that number in front of the bus and towards the back of the bus. Now this is very important. You're going to Japan. Okay, so bus number 212. And of course, for health reasons and our state law, I'd like to ask all of you that you please refrain from smoking, and for your safety, please remain seated while the motor coach is in motion. If you stand along the aisle here, and if I happen to jam on the brakes, then you'll be well ahead of the tour. Okay, so please remain seated while the motor coach is in motion. Okay, family, I'd like to introduce myself to all of you. I do have a very unique Hawaiian name. It's really short, goes mighty quick, so if you'd like to try it, just repeat after me. And let's be articulate on this part. My name is Ted. Yeah, you got that? Yeah, you can call me Ted, you can call me cousin Ted, but don't call me bus driver, okay? If you do, then I'll call you hey tourist. Is that a deal? So what's our bus number?
212.
And my name? Very important. Okay, family, welcome to the Grand Circle Island Tour. And as we leave Waikiki, pretty busy today. We got a charity walk. Okay, and so I see a lot of people in Waikiki today. But as we leave Waikiki, here on the right side of the motor coach is Kapiolani Park, named after Queen Kapiolani, and she was the wife of King David Kalakaua, the seventh king on the island. And he loved the Hawaiian people so much, he gave this part of the island to the Hawaiian people as a playground. And by 1898, this was the site of Fort McKinley during the Spanish-American War. And volcanoes that created the islands. So volcanic activity for the last 7-8 million years now, 6-7 million years. But notice the shape of the mountains there on the left as she tapers down. The leeward side, the drier part. Now later on this morning, as we get on the other side of that mountain, you'll notice the mountains go straight up like sheer cliff, and that is the windward side. And over the years, a lot more rain and wind, land erosion. So two parts on the island, leeward and windward. And getting back to Diamond Head there on the right, today, many in Waikiki will catch city bus number 22 and get dropped off along the roadside at any one of the city bus stops. And many will hike the summit. Diamond Head summit is approximately 760 feet above sea level. As you enter the crater, you're around the 500-foot mark. And they do have a trail that takes you to the very top, and there you'll have a panoramic view of Waikiki and downtown Honolulu. Now, as of January 2003, they started charging cars $5 to enter the crater, $20 per van, and $40 per bus. And that's why we don't go into Diamond Head. They'll charge us $40 just to drive around the parking lot for 2 minutes. Pinpoint what part of the island we're on. So if you had a chance to look at that map, you'll see Waikiki located right along the southern coast. And as we leave Waikiki, we'll be moving towards the right, towards the east, and we'll be making our first stop at Hanama Bay. Should be there in about 15 more minutes. And before we get there, you see a lot of homes in this area, a very exclusive residential area, a place called Kahala. Now I'm taking all of you back to the year 1840. A gentleman by the name of Charles Reed Bishop from Glens Falls, New York, came to Hawaii, met, fell in love, married a beautiful princess, her name Bernice Pauahi, and she was the great-granddaughter of King Kamehameha I and the sole inheritor of all her family's land. So when they got married, all of her estate became the Bishop Estate, known to be one of the largest private landowners in Hawaii today, and they're managed by trustees. Now, all of this land here, owned by Bishop Estate many years ago, as homes were being developed back in the early 1950s, the same spot. So first McDonald's built here back in the 1960s. One of my favorite eating places. And you know, tourism is #1 here in the island. I cannot wait till this fast food restaurant build drive-thrus big enough for buses. You know, just imagine we drive in and say, can I have 51 Happy Meals? And we're all being separate. You know how long that would take? Yeah. So there's the McDonald's right there on my left, on site. And also coming up on the left, up on the hill, you'll see another $1 million estate, a place called Hawaii Loa Ridge, right there on the left. $1 million estate. Beautiful homes, you'll notice the size, and not only the size, but the view. Look at the view they got from up there. Those are all added costs. And lots of celebrities, famous actors and actresses, athletes own homes up there. Yeah. And some of the local celebrities, like some of you remember Bette Midler. How about Keanu Reeves? Yes. Okay. Oprah Winfrey owns a home up there, and even Brad Pitt, and even what's his name? Jackie Chan. You remember Jackie Chan? Yeah, they all own homes up there. Just to name a few. Yes. And the entrance coming up as we approach the traffic light in front of us on the left side of the motor coach up the hill, you'll come across this gate with guards, and if you got no business there, they won't let you in. A private place right here on my left. Well, family, believe it or not, we should be making our first stop soon in about 15 more minutes. And before we get there, let me tell you a little bit about this area here. Taking all of you back, I would say late 1980s, early 1990s, and did this project out here, a lot of construction. And what they were doing, they were widening up the roads to make traffic flow a lot more easy because of the population growth on this side of the island. So when they started the project, they came across many problems, such as condemnation of the land, legal title of the land, and working hours were limited to 5-6 hours a night. And when they started to dig up the grounds to install the sewer line, electrical and plumbing infrastructures, they came across more problems, skeletal remains. And when that happened, the archaeological crew notified, along with the burial council. They came, monitored the area daily, they slowed down the work process, and they came to the conclusion that this area here, hundreds of years ago, was one large sand dune burial grounds. Now let me explain. Many years ago, as the Hawaiians were isolated from the rest of the world, when you pass away, your flesh would be stripped of your bones, and your bones would be buried and not revealed to the Hawaiian people because they believe in the word mana. Mana meaning spiritual power that flows through the bones. So many of these were buried, not revealed to the Hawaiian people, or many of the burial site that was found, removed, buried elsewhere up along the mountains. Now when Mr. Kaiser passed away back in the 60s, that estate, the Kaiser estate, was sold and bought by the Pullman brothers. The great-great-grandfather became a millionaire by inventing the shopping carts. And there were problems in the families. Both brothers committed suicide, and then the estate was sold and bought by the billionaire from Japan. His name Kenshiro Kawamoto. Picked it up back in the mid-1980s for approximately $47 million. If you rented a car, they'll charge you $1, maybe $2 for parking. Okay. So city bus number 22. And this is where Elvis Presley shot lots of scenes while making those movies, Blue Hawaii Paradise, Hawaiian Style, right here at our first stop, Hanama Bay. And also coming up on the left side of the motor coach, you'll see another volcanic crater, that's Kapiolani Crater, very similar to Diamond Crater. What about 11 o'clock on the left? You'll see that trail go straight up. Some of you see it?
Yeah, an hour or so.
That trail goes straight up. And those are over 1,000 railroad tracks.
Boy, an hour, it'll get there.
So that's Kapiolani hiking trail. So if you like to do some hiking, you may want to try that. Okay, it's free. Okay, no charge. Anybody can go there. Free. Yes. And the best part about it, yeah, listen to this, gang. The best part about it, it only takes 15 Hawaiian minutes to get to the top. Yeah. Real fast, yeah.
Get there when you get there. I'm sorry? We thought about doing that, but I think we're going to back out on that one. It's a lot longer than it looks.
And as I make the right turn on the left side of the motor coach, below you'll see the general parking. And here on the left, you'll see the little hump below. That's the educational center. They built it covered up with dirt, planted grass and trees right on top. You'll enter one end, exit the far end. Just one road takes you down to the beach. And today we cannot, okay, go down to the beach because our maximum stay is 15 American minutes. Okay, not Hawaiian, okay? So check your watch. I know there's a lot of us at different times. Okay, I've got about 8:30 when security will come to me and say, driver, move out. And when that happens, I need to move out with or without you. Okay, I'm not trying to threaten you or make you scared, but that's the fact, okay? So I know it takes a few minutes for our cousins back there, but I don't make the rules, I just follow them, okay, family? So 15 minutes.
This is where we came scuba diving.
Wow. Okay, there he is. He's writing down the bus number and our time. And as you disembark the bus, be careful. There's 6 steps including the ground. Okay, use the handrails for any assistance and please take your time, okay? Now family, if you need to use the restroom, I'll be making several of them throughout the day, so don't worry. On this tour, we don't hang tight, we hang loose. Okay, now hold on. Oops.
So they walk along the ridge.
最高だったね。すっごい海が綺麗。写真撮りましょう。あ、いたいた。
あげないって何？説明でさ。こうやったんじゃない？そう。あれ三陸海岸のあれ。撮ってあげる？こっち来たら？あそこに似てる。ここ。三陸海岸に似てる。お母さん。はい。
So just show me one button to press and I'll be okay. In fact, you may want to get your cameras ready right now because up ahead of us, as we head down the road, as we come around the bend, you'll have a panoramic view of the southern coastline, a place called Bamboo Ridge. And the reason why they call it Bamboo Ridge, way back in the early 1900s, great fishing grounds, and all you could see was hundreds and hundreds of bamboo fishing boats along the ridge. And you probably see some of the fishermen below, and one of the more popular fish caught in this area, in Hawaiian we call them ulua, spelled U-L-U-A, or known as jackfish, and they go as big as 70 pounds. Gives you a real good fight out here. And they're good eating fish also. So it's not too rough, it looks pretty calm out there, so I can't guarantee you any kind of action at our next stop, the blowhole. Okay, and the blowhole is an underwater lava tube that was created thousands of years ago by volcanic activities, and on a real rough and heavy day, that seawater goes into the lava tube with the air pressure, it blows it out, and that's why we call it the blowhole. And this is not the only blowhole in the world. We have many of them throughout the world, but this is one of our stops. And there on the left, a closer view of that volcanic crater, Coco Head crater. And thousands of years ago, as the lava flowed down its path, as she entered the ocean, it solidified. And this is nature's way of creating the islands. So what you see here on my right, below, and on your left along the roadside, these are volcanic lava rocks. And these are the smooth surface type. In Hawaiian we call them pahoihoi. But the ones we're more familiar with, the rough, jagged edge type of lava rock, they were saying ah. So two type of lava rocks, pahoihoi, the smooth surface type, the rough, jagged edge. And also here on my right, around July, August, summertime get really rough and heavy out here, windy. And during that time of the year, we got sailboat races, canoe races, paddleboards, swimmers, right here at the channel, Kahipi Channel, or known as the Molokai Channel. And also coming up on the right below is Eternity Beach. That's where they shot that famous love scene from that movie, From Here to Eternity. Remember that? Right here on my right below, Eternity Beach. Burt Lancaster, Deborah Carr, as they lay on the beach and the wave came right over them. Yes.
Birds.
Okay, family, hold on. Okay, so they're on the right.
If my old SLR wasn't so bloody heavy, I should have brought it.
We're black. Very black. We're both black. Your phone?
Overlooking the ocean. This area in ancient times was a gathering place. And so it is still used in that text today. We do have graduations here. We do have weddings. We do have family reunions. We do have class reunions as well. It looks like this all year long. All the facilities you would need would be in the back. Okay, over here. So it's called Pali Ku. Pali means cliff, ugly face. That is called Ku, a god of war. Hawaiian word for a god is Akua, A-K-U-A. So the royalty prayed to those four. Common people had their own gods. We call these Aumakuas. And these gods were family gods. So say for example, if I was a fisherman, I would find a fish or a mammal like a whale or porpoise that would guide me to my cone shape. Well, that island is called Mukuli. We call that Chinaman's hat today. The reason why we call it Chinaman's hat is because in 1852, 200 brave Chinese men were allowed to come to the Hawaiian Islands to work in the sugar field. This is when our sugar industry started its upward bound. We didn't have enough workers in Hawaii. So we went to Asia. Chinese government opened their doors, allowed 200 of their men to come out, and they signed a 5-year contract, being paid $3 a month. And off the boat, they had a hat similar to that cone shape. We call it Chinaman's hat in honor of that first group of Chinese men to come to Hawaii. Chinese 1850, late 1860s, the Japanese came to work in the fields. The Portuguese came to work within the sugar mills. They were because a lot of young men take their girlfriends up to the top, and that's where they propose. They take their girlfriends up there and ask them for their hands back. And a lot of the girls, when you see men, you guys can be all the way up here. I'm going to get sunburned, I'm going to get steel body, I'm going to get that, because the light.
Got a little more time here, I'd get one of those.
Island. That's why all of our goods come here first and we'll export them to the neighbor islands. And that's why each island have nicknames, and we call this island the gathering place, more commercialized, more populated. Well family, my first stop, because you'll see Waikiki soon, my first stop will be at the Ala Moana Hotel. And right after that, we'll head over to the Ilikai. Okay, now before you leave the bus, make sure that you do check around the area. Don't forget your belongings, your purse, wallet, cameras. Did some shopping today. The package looks like yours. Take them along with you, okay? Don't leave nothing behind. But you know, it happens. You know, when you get to your hotel room and you realize you forgot something on the bus, all you need to do is call Roberts Hawaii. Just Google it on your cell phone, area code 808 and the number, and let the dispatcher on duty know that you left something on the bus. You went on a Circle Island tour with Cousin Ted on bus number 212. And if I'm in Waikiki, they'll call me over the radio and look for your item and drop it off at your hotel. And if the bus is back at base, they'll have someone at base look for your item on the bus, and the next available driver into Waikiki will drop it off at your hotel. Customer service. Call the dispatcher. Now we all did good today. One more time, please be careful as you disembark the bus. 6 steps, 6 foot in the ground. Use the handrails for any assistance, and take your time, okay? I don't want any one of you falling and getting hurt. Take your time. I do get paid by the hour, so take your time. Well, family, I'd like to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for coming on this tour with me, and I hope you all had a nice time. Hope you enjoyed my tour, and my service is up to you as much as I enjoyed being your tour guide. You all have a wonderful time here in the islands. You all take care. God bless. Hang loose and aloha. Mahalo, family. Mahalo. And I hope you learned a lot today, you know, points of ancient scenic stops, a little bit of history, you know. Okay, and if you had a nice time, you know, if you hear someone talking about going around the island, kind of jump in and say, you know, we went around the island with Roberts Hawaii. Best way to advertise word of mouth. Okay, and if you want, you can say, and our driver was Cousin Ted on bus number 212. But of course, on the other hand, you know, there's always another hand. If you did not have fun, but I hope you all did. But if you did not, I'm sorry. My name is Marvin. And I drive for Polynesian Adventure. Hey, I'm only kidding, gang. Okay. Hey, we're all good tour companies, believe me. Okay, but we play around with each other. You know, we kind of tease one another and tell my people they're ugly. You tell these people we're ugly, only in fun. You know, we can play around with each other, tease one another, but yet we still can live with one another. Yes. That's what makes Hawaii so unique, you know. But anybody got any questions so far? Anything at all? No. Well, there's Waikiki cell tall buildings. I feel those ABC vibrations coming on. Anybody got any idea how many ABC stores we got total? You got 500, you're close. Anybody else? Well, you're all giving me big numbers and you're all correct. There is a lot. And that's why they call them ABC, means all blocks covered. Every block you find an ABC store. But you know, to the best of my knowledge, I've learned that there's about 38, 39 ABC stores in Waikiki. And they got some on the neighbor islands. They got them in Guam, Vegas, and even in California. They're expanding. So there is a total of 76 ABC stores, to the best of my knowledge. It's good to know how many ABC stores we got, because I'll be honest with you, maybe one evening you'll be on that TV game show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And that might be the $1 million question. And if you don't know the answer, use your lifeline and call me. I want to call my cousin Ted from Honolulu, Hawaii. What's his number? 212, yeah. So here's the Hanama Beach Park on my right. It's a public park. Anybody can come here. Many of the local people hang out here, and many of our visitors hang out in Waikiki. But anybody can come here. It's a public park, okay? Don't have anybody tell you something different. It's a public park. And right across the beach, on the left, is the Hanama Shopping Center. And you'll notice, you know, I don't know if you notice, but you'll see like all kind of cranes. You know the yellow cranes? Believe it or not, in the future they're building more tall buildings, more high-rises coming up. Yeah, that's in the future, in the making. Condos, timeshares, you know, a lot of high rises coming up. Now my cousins, I'll do this because I gotta go to the Ilikai. Yeah. Okay, now family. Now if you think I'm taking 2 lanes, yes I am, okay? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna block off the guys in the back of me because I don't want anybody coming on the side of me as I make the left turn. Just defensive driving, you know, to prevent accidents, you know how that goes, right? Yeah, and I do hate paperwork. So I block 2 lanes like this, and people get upset with me, you know. Sometimes I look at them from my side mirror and they give me that ugly look, you know. How come I got 2 lanes, you know, just to prevent accidents. Defensive driving. And sometimes they get so upset, they give me the bird. And I look at them and I give them the hang loose sign. Hang loose. See? So as I make the left turn, nobody's on the side of me. Prevent accidents. I maneuver this bus very well, ma'am. You know, ma'am, if I can drive, I bet you can drive also. Real easy, yes. All you have to see, they got the gas pedal and the brake, and they got 3 letters: N for neutral, D for drive, and R for race. Real easy. Okay, family, the Alman Hotel. And if you had a nice time, I'd like to show you appreciation. Hey, I like to say mahalo, thank you very much. Okay, so here we are again. The oh wow, look at this. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna block the entrance for a while. Okay. Okay, family, the Alman Hotel. Okay, now let me see. I know there are all kind of equipments here. Let me see. Okay, it's all clear, it's all clear. Hold on, car. Me first, car. I'm bigger than you. See that? Yeah, he's smiling. That's good news, yeah. See, when you're bigger, I like that, you know. You say, hey, what's up for the big bus driver? If you knew how tall I was. Okay, my next stop will be at the Ilikai. Wow, okay. Anybody got any questions so far what we covered? No? Hey, look at it. I said 5 o'clock. It's about 4:45. Not bad, eh? Yeah, we did pretty good today. Yeah, so this gives you your time. You know, I know it's been a long day for some of us. So sunset is around 6:30, 6:45. So, you know, you can do whatever you want. If you still got the strength, you can head to the beach, hang out on the pool, do a little bit of shopping, and just hang loose, relax before dinner. Yeah. We did pretty good today. What time the retail shops close? Here in Waikiki, they close pretty late, maybe about 11 o'clock. Yeah, so they close pretty late here in Waikiki. But the ones at the Alawana Shopping Center, I think they close at 10. Most of them close at 10. What's the answer? 5:30? Okay, family, we made it. The Ilikai. Okay, my next stop will be at the Sheraton Waikiki. Okay, let me see. Oops. I need to get on the left-hand lane now from here.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, pretty busy in Waikiki today. Look at this. Wow. We're the largest, man, yes. A question was asked, is Robert the biggest tour company in the state of Hawaii? Yes, we are the biggest, man. Yes. Oh, yeah? Your country, yeah? Oh, good thing. What hotel was this? Oh, it's a good thing that he, very helpful, yeah. Or he probably would have missed the tour, you know? Really? So where were you at this morning? Yeah. Oh, look at these guys. They're gonna block the intersection now.
There's an ABC store. Actually, stores, ABC stores.
And these guys like to block the intersection here. What do you guys call them? They block. You can't say, okay, it's a family show. Mahalo, sir. Pretty good tour, you know. You get to visit two ships, Arizona and the USS Missouri. Two ships that played a big part in history. Yeah, pretty good tour. Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, look at this guy. This guy is tall. Okay.
كلها؟ ده كان بسمه والله وستان ده كان لا احنا نعمل كده مع باشا حسن
So here's the problem right here on the right. A stalled taxi, yeah. He broke down. Yeah, it does.
.603 just passed us.
think you're on the far right. You know what's happening here on the far right. Luau. Wow. Thank you, man. Wow. You're still filming? Now my cousins that I picked up at the Sheraton, I'm gonna let you off outside the Sheraton depot where I picked you up. Would that be okay? I'll show you where the Sheraton is at. Yeah.
And a place to buy guns.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, we do. Baba Cup, we got at the Hanama Shopping Center. Yeah, we got one. Yeah. Yeah, they're very popular. Come all over the place. Yeah, we got one here in Hawaii. Capital Letter right here. Okay. Okay, the Sheraton Waikiki. I'll show where the Sheraton is at. Oh, let me see. Seaside, that's there at Ross. Yeah, see, mopping the sidewalk. Yeah, that's what you call Aloha Aina, love of the land. See, take care of the land. And every now and then you see people out in the street, we call it atop a highway. You know, when they go to a certain area, then they clean up all the rubbish along the highway. We have that a lot, you know.
Okay, we're getting close.
Okay, my next stop will be at Seaside, that's there at Ross.
Never lived without a smartphone. We did find it. I always thought we did. I didn't seem to have. I don't remember having any problem. I mean, when I graduated to the Thomas guy,
Yeah, man, they don't look
I
at
thought I was king.
No, well, you know, I believe, you know, they got the right of way, you know. But, you know, believe it or not, no matter what kind of vehicle you drive, you got a split-second blind spot. You know, that's all it needs is just a split-second blind spot. We don't see them, you know.
That's impressive.
Here's a little department store, clothing store here on my right, H&M. I think they're famous up in Europe, they say. It's about maybe a month old, yeah. Fairly new. You got one in Florida, H&M. Yeah. Spanish. I know it's a popular store somewhere in Europe. Oh, okay. Okay, family, we made it seaside 1 and 2. Yes. No, ma'am. Called the Hyatt. You were picked up at the Aston Waikiki Beach. Okay, yeah. Hyatt and Hyatt Place is two different hotels. I'll let you know. So here's Kohio Avenue, and all the city bus runs on this street. On your right is east, Diamond Head, Hanama Bay. On your left is west. That's Pearl Harbor, the airport, Aloha Stadium, the swap meet, shopping center, downtown Honolulu, you know. We got the city bus right in front of us. You guys notice the name of our city bus? The bus, yeah. And you know, back in the 60s, was privately owned, privately run, and they called it the Honolulu Transit. So when the city took over, they bought new buses and they wanted to give the city bus a name. So they asked the people of Hawaii to come up with a name, and there were all kind of names, Hawaiian names, real hard to say. Until someone said, why not name it the bus? I mean, real easy, right? I mean, when you're at the city bus stop, they always ask, hey, where's the bus? What happened to the bus? How much is the bus? Always the bus. And he won, yeah, the bus. And the exact change, exactly, man. $2.50. Yeah, they don't give change. You're right about that, man. We put a $5 in the cash box. That's it. Right into the little, yeah.
Let's go to KFC.
No. All over, man. All over. Okay. Hold on. We're on the sidewalk. Boom.
I think that's the S.
Okay, the Hyatt.
I think it's the S at the end of the block.
gonna let you off right here on the side. City sign says no parking anytime. I'll just let you off right here. No Pacific time, man. Okay. Okay, the Pacific Beach. Pacific Beach. They live there, man. Yes. Look at that. Yeah.
Some official car wax testing.
Car wax, I heard that. Anybody staying at this hotel, this Waikiki?
Bastard?
Oh, the Banyan. It's right here, the Banyan. Okay, I'll let you off. Make a turn here. I'll let you off right by the corner. Okay, sir? And it's closer, yes. Instead of going back there and then walk all the way back. And then from there we head over to the Aspen. But anyone staying at the Waikiki Beach Marriott? Oh, okay. So I'll let you off here, sir. And the Banyan. Yes, across the street. So I'll go right around the block, sir. I'll go right around the block. Yeah, the Aston is like a central pickup point.
Yeah.
So everyone stops here. Okay, down. Yeah. Okay, sir, the Banyan.